students, this is day 4 of chapter Heat. In third day, we have discussed first 3 objectives, and today we will learn the fourth objective of the chapter, that is methods of heat transfer. In previous class, we have discussed topic number 5.6, good and bad conductors of heat, and 5.7, uses of good and bad conductors. And today we are going to learn topic number 5.8, that is methods of transfer of heat. In this, we will also learn about sea breeze and land breeze. So, let us start with the heat transfer methods. Students, what will happen when a hot object and a cold object are brought in contact? After some time, heat energy will flow from the hot object to the cold one. This flow of heat from an object at a higher temperature to another object at a lower temperature is called transfer of heat. There are various methods of heat transfer, namely conduction, convection, and radiation. Let us discuss them in detail. Students, we know that molecules are differently arranged in solids, liquids, and gases. And accordingly, heat is also transferred in different ways in all these 3 states. Basically, the method of transfer of heat in solid is different, whereas in liquids and gases means the fluids. Fluids are those substances that have ability to flow. Liquids and gases are fluids. So, the method of transfer of heat in fluids is different from that of solids. When we keep a metal rod on flame for some time, what happens? The end of the rod, which is in our hand, also gets hot after some time. Why does this happen and how does this happen? Actually, if we see at molecular level, what happens? The end which is kept on the flame, the molecules of that end gains heat energy. As a result, they acquire kinetic energy, due to which their molecules start vibrating at their fixed positions. Due to those vibrations, they transfer the heat energy to the next molecules. This process continues till the heat energy reaches to the other end of the metal rod. And this method of transfer of heat is called conduction. So what is conduction? The process of transfer of heat in an object from its hot end to its cold end without any actual movement of particles of the material is called conduction. In this method of heat transfer, the molecules do not actually move. They just vibrate at their fixed positions and transfer the heat energy. Basically, in solids, the method of heat transfer is conduction. Let's read from the book for better understanding. Methods of heat transfer. The 3 ways of heat transfer are conduction, convection, and radiation, as we have already discussed. Conduction occurs within a body or between 2 bodies in contact, basically between solid bodies. Convection depends upon motion of mass from one region of the space to another. We will learn about convection in detail later on. Radiation also. Radiation is the heat transfer by electromagnetic radiation, such as sunshine. We will also learn about radiation in detail in the next day, with no need for matter to be present in the space between the bodies. Now, what is conduction? The easiest heat transfer process to describe qualitatively is called heat conduction. The transfer of heat from one point to the other in such a way that there is no actual motion of the particles of the medium is called conduction. Students, is the method of heat transfer same in liquids and gases? Well, no. Heat is transferred in liquids and gases in a different way. Why? Because molecules are far from each other. They are not fixed at their positions. So, heat is transferred in a different way. Let us understand. When we keep water on a flame, what happens? It gets heated up after some time. Actually, the water that is at bottom, it gets heated up due to flame, becomes less dense and rises upwards. And the water that is on the surface is cold and more dense, it sinks down. On coming at the bottom, it again gets heated up and rises upwards. And this sets up a cycle of water, and this cyclic movement of water is called convection current, and the process is called convection. After switching on room heater for some time, the whole room gets heated up. How does this happen? The air which is near the fire, it gets heated up and becomes less dense. And the molecules of air move upwards because of less density. Whereas the air which is near the roof, it is heavy because it is cold. So being heavy, it sinks down. Comes in contact with fire, again gets heated up and rises up. And this also sets up a cycle which is known as convection current. So what is convection? The process of transfer of heat by the actual movement of particles of the fluid is called convection. As we can see that in case of air and water, both are fluids. How is heat transferred? By the mass movement of air and water. So we can say heat is transferred by the actual movement of particles of the fluid. Let's read from the book for better understanding. Convection. Convection is the transfer of heat by mass motion of a fluid from one region of space to another. Familiar examples include hot air and hot water, home heating systems, the cooling systems of an automobile engine, and the flow of blood in the body. Students, heat is produced in the body due to various metabolic activities. And how is that heat transferred to all parts of the body? Well, through the blood. As blood circulates throughout the body, so it also carries heat to all parts of the body along with it. And how is that heat transferred through blood? By the method of convection. If a blower or pump circulates the fluid, then the process is called forced convection. Right? If the flow is caused by differences in density due to the thermal expansion means increase in size of an object due to heat or on gaining heat, such as hot air rising, as we discussed the example of room heater. The process is called natural convection or free convection. One of the real life application is in the explanation of sea and land breeze. Let us understand how. What is the meaning of sea breeze and land breeze? Students, the areas which are located near the sea, what happens during the daytime? The cool air blows from the sea towards the land, and this is called sea breeze. The cool air blowing from sea towards land during the daytime is called sea breeze. Let's understand. During the daytime, the land gets hot faster than the sea water. So what happens? The air above the land also becomes hot, and hot air always expands. So it becomes less dense, so it rises upwards. To fill this gap, because here a region of low air pressure is created. So to fill this gap, the cool air from the sea moves horizontally towards the land, and this constitutes sea breeze. This cool air blowing from the sea towards land during the daytime is called sea breeze. Let us now understand what is land breeze. The cool air blowing from the land towards the sea during night time is called land breeze. The reverse process takes place during the night. During night, the land gets colder faster than the sea water. It means that air above the sea is hot, so it expands and becomes less dense, so it rises upwards. This creates a region of low air pressure over the sea. To fill this gap, air from the land, which is cool, moves horizontally towards the sea, constituting land breeze. This cool air blowing from the land towards the sea during the night time is called land breeze. Let us now read from the book for better understanding. Sea and land breeze. Natural convection cycles occur in liquids and gases, as we have already discussed. For example, when cold water is in contact with a hot object, such as the bottom of a pot on a stove, the object transfers heat to the water adjacent to the pot by conduction. Why? Because pot is a solid and water is in contact with the pot, so method of transfer of heat is conduction. But the water carries the heat away with it by natural convection. As in fluids, the heat transfer method is convection. And a cycle is set up which is known as convection cycle or convection current, in which the upper cold water replaces the rising warm water. Such cycles are important in atmospheric processes such as sea breeze and land breeze. During the day, the ground heats up more quickly than the large bodies of water. Why does this happen? Why does the land becomes hot quickly than the water? This is due to two reasons. First, this occurs both because the water has greater specific heat. Now, what is the meaning of specific heat? It is amount of heat required to raise the temperature of a body through 1 degree. So, more the specific heat of an object, more is the amount of heat required to raise its temperature. If the specific heat of water is more than the land, it means that water requires more heat energy to become warm than the land. Second reason is that the convection currents disperse the absorbed heat throughout the great volume of water body. This means that the convection currents that are taking place in water, they disperse the heat energy absorbed by the water from the sun. So it means that the temperature of water does not rise to that level as that of land. So the air in contact with the warm ground is heated by conduction. That air expands. This air expands as shown here in the diagram, becomes less dense. As a result, it rises upwards. So to fill this gap, the other air which is above the sea, which is cool air, moves horizontally, creating a sea breeze near a large body of water. Cooler air moves down as shown here, and a thermal convection cycle is set up as illustrated in this diagram, which transfers heat away from the land. At night, the ground loses its heat more quickly than the water, and the water surface is warmer than the land. As a result, what will happen? The cycle is reversed and land breeze blows. Actually, what happens? The air which is above the sea becomes hot, it expands, becomes less dense and rises up. To fill this gap, the cool air from the land moves horizontally towards the sea, and this is called land breeze. Let's read the definitions now. Sea breeze. The cold air blowing from the sea towards land during the day is called sea breeze. Land breeze. The cold air blowing from the land towards the sea during night is called land breeze. Both are the examples of natural convection. Students, you must be able to answer all these questions. Number 1. In how many ways can heat be transferred? Define conduction. What do you mean by convection? Define sea breeze. Explain land breeze with the help of a suitable diagram. Note down all these questions and revise them properly. Thank you.